Big moves for Kentucky? Pitino's recruit and another international player on the radar? How's that going? What's next? Let's get to the news. Kentucky's movement on the college recruiting scene continues to be a different story, filled with smart strategies and calculated bets. Now comes the name of Jaiden Glover, a young talent who, despite his low-key rookie season with St. John's, carries with him the potential to become a major name in college basketball. Kentucky's interest in Glover is more than just passing curiosity. It's a reflection of the philosophy of Wildcats coach Mark Pope, who has demonstrated an ability to identify diamonds in the rough and polish them until they shine brightly under the lights of the big stage. Glover, a point guard from Brooklyn, was considered a four-star prospect in the 2024 class, ranking highly in both rivals and on 3 recruiting rankings. While his numbers as a freshman were modest, averaging 2.2 points per game in limited minutes of play, there are nuances to his story that deserve attention. After all, not every player starts their career in an environment as competitive as St. John's. With the help of Rick Pitino, one of the most renowned coaches in college basketball and a Hall of Famer, playing in front of a crowded court against experienced opponents with sky-high expectations can be an intimidating experience for any freshman. However, Glover showed something different, as in the game against Harvard, when he scored 11 points with 3 converted three-pointers. Do these moments create something special about this guy? The fact that Glover suffered a torn ligament in his wrist, ending his rookie season prematurely, adds a layer of complexity to the situation. Serious injuries can be devastating for young athletes, both physically and mentally. However, they can also be opportunities in disguise. Given enough time to recover and refine his skills, Glover could return to the game in 2024 with a fresh perspective and a fresh arsenal. And is Pope the guy to help him become a great player? In addition, the good relationship between Pope and Pitino could play a crucial role in this scenario. Both are respected figures in the basketball world, with intertwined histories and a mutual understanding of what it takes to mold top-level players. If Pope decides to take a more serious interest in Glover, that connection could facilitate dialogue and create an environment conducive to a potential move. Of course, it's still early in this process, and it would be naive to expect everything to happen without obstacles. However, the mere fact that Kentucky is exploring this possibility is a clear sign that the program is willing to go beyond the obvious and invest in profiles that others might consider risky. It's important to note that Kentucky's interest in Glover is part of a larger strategy. At a time when the transfer market is more competitive than ever, with programs across the country competing fiercely for available talent, the Wildcats are making it clear that they won't settle for middling options. They're monitoring nearly every player of note, especially those with the potential to become big-time shooters. Glover fits that bill perfectly. A young, versatile player with a solid foundation who can flourish in a supportive environment. For now, Kentucky's interest in Jaiden Glover can be viewed as a tire kicker, an initial exploration to gauge the waters before making any more concrete decisions. However, if Pope and his staff see a big leap forward in Glover's near future, it wouldn't be surprising to see the program move more aggressively to bring him to Lexington. Will it work? The Wildcats' relentless pursuit of talent that can take the program to new heights is proving to be a strong point. Whether it's in the U.S. recruiting pool or the gold mines of international basketball, the Wildcats are always on the lookout for the next big star. Right now, the name in the spotlight is Dame Sarr, a young point guard who has been turning heads both on the European professional circuit and in youth tournaments around the world. His potential arrival in Kentucky would be a bold and strategic move, and a distinct move by Pope. Sarr, who is currently playing for FC Barcelona, has already shown flashes of his enormous potential in high-level competition. Despite his young age, he will only turn 19 in June. He has accumulated valuable experience in the ACB League, one of the most competitive professional leagues in the world, and in the EuroLeague, considered the elite of European basketball. While his numbers are far from spectacular, this is largely due to the fact that he plays limited minutes against much more experienced players. Still, his averages of 5.8 points and 1.7 rebounds in the ACB, along with his impressive shooting efficiency, 52.1% overall and 42.9% on threes, show that he has the tools to thrive in an environment more suited to his skills. Sarr's recent performance at the Nike Hoop Summit was a clear example of his potential in a different way. In 25 minutes of play, he scored 17 points, made 5 of 9 field goals, and grabbed 4 rebounds. That kind of performance didn't go unnoticed by Kentucky scouts, who are used to spotting talent that can successfully transition to college basketball. Plus, his versatility as a point guard brings a unique dimension to his game. He can create for himself and others, space the floor with his shooting ability, and even defend multiple positions. Those attributes are exactly what Mark Pope and his staff need to strengthen the Wildcats roster. Kentucky's interest in Sarr isn't without its challenges. The player is also considering entering the NBA draft, an option that naturally appeals to any young talent with professional career aspirations. After all, few things are more enticing to a European player than the prospect of jumping straight into the world's most prestigious league. In addition, competing programs like BYU and Illinois are also in the running, making for a tough competition. But here's where Kentucky has a significant advantage: its proven ability to turn international players into stars. The recent case of Andrea Jelavic, another international talent who surprisingly chose the Wildcats, serves as a perfect example of how the program can attract and develop players that many would consider out of reach. Another point in Kentucky's favor is Pope's role as coach. Known for his modern and adaptable approach to the game, Pope has demonstrated a remarkable ability to integrate international players into the American style of play. He understands that players like Sarr bring with them a different technical and tactical background, shaped by the rigidity of European leagues, and knows how to leverage those qualities to maximize their impact on the court. Additionally, Kentucky's competitive environment, combined with the SEC's top-notch facilities and national exposure, creates an ideal setting for Sarr to refine his game and gain enough exposure to take the next step in his career. Should he choose to pursue a college career, Kentucky would certainly be a top contender. After all, few programs can offer the combination of tradition, exposure, and development that the Wildcats provide. And if Sarr does decide to don the blue and white of Kentucky, that would be a big deal for the blue team. In the meantime, Wildcats fans are eagerly awaiting the latest developments. Regardless of how this deal ends, it's clear that Kentucky is committed to scouting talent from all corners of the world. Whether it's taking a chance on young American prospects like Jaiden Glover or exploring the international market with players like Dame Sarr, things are looking big this year. Let us know in the comments.